She didn't use Obama as director. On the credits, it said Malia Ann. She used her middle name and didn't put Obama on there. I was all like, you do know they'll know who you are.
President Obama's daughters will attend college in Cambridge.
Malia Obama will head to Harvard, but not before taking a year off. WBZ's Jim Smith is live at the university where her parents both.
Some of you here tonight or watching at home, you were there with us in 2004, in 2008, 2012. Maybe you still can't believe we pulled this whole thing off.
Before she was First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama was a young girl from the South Side of Chicago with dreams bigger than the limitations society placed on her. Born on January 17, 1964, Michelle LaVaughn Robinson was raised in a tight-knit family that valued education and hard work. Her father, Fraser Robinson, worked tirelessly despite suffering from multiple sclerosis, teaching Michelle the importance of perseverance and resilience. Michelle excelled in school, eventually earning a place at Princeton University, where she experienced firsthand the struggles of being one of the few black women in a predominantly white institution. Despite feeling like an outsider at times, she graduated with honors before attending Harvard Law School, becoming an attorney, and later working in public service and community development. It was during her time at a Chicago law firm that she met a young intern named Barack Obama, the man who would change both of their lives forever. Throughout her life, Michelle Obama has championed education, women's rights, and social change. Her time as First Lady transformed the role into one of activism and influence, from fighting childhood obesity to advocating for military families and girls' education worldwide. But despite her incredible achievements, she has been the target of constant conspiracy theories and attacks. Why? And how did these rumors start? Public figures are always under scrutiny, but Michelle Obama has faced one of the most relentless misinformation campaigns in modern history. Let's examine why she became a target for conspiracies and how these false claims gained traction. The persistent rumors. Why Michelle Obama has been a target for conspiracies. From the moment Michelle Obama entered the national spotlight, she faced more than just political opposition. She became a target for extreme conspiracy theories. Unlike other First Ladies, Michelle was seen as a direct threat to conservative ideals, not just because of her political influence, but because of her race, intelligence, and strong personality. Many of the rumors about Michelle stem from racist and sexist stereotypes that have historically been used against powerful black women. Some critics twisted her speeches and gestures, using selective editing to portray her as angry or unpatriotic. Others pushed outrageous and baseless claims about her identity, family, and personal life, often without any evidence or credibility. Social media platforms have only amplified these falsehoods, allowing conspiracy theories to spread like wildfire. Despite repeated debunking by fact-checkers, millions of people still believe and share misinformation about Michelle Obama. But among all these conspiracy theories, one of the most ridiculous and persistent is the claim that she was born male, a narrative that refuses to die despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. How did this absurd rumor start? And why did one comment from a celebrity send it spiraling out of control? The Michael Obama conspiracy, how did it start? The claim that Michelle Obama was born male is one of the most outrageous and offensive conspiracy theories in modern politics. This theory gained traction in 2014, when comedian Joan Rivers jokingly referred to Michelle as a transgender, dismissing the question of whether America would ever have a trans president. Rivers' sarcastic remark was taken out of context and spread as proof by conspiracy theorists. Those who push this theory focus on her height, broad shoulders, and athletic build, using these as evidence that she must be male. They have circulated doctored photos, false claims about her childhood, and even slowed down videos of her dancing to suggest she has male anatomy. None of these claims have any scientific or factual basis, yet they continue to be repeated by conspiracy communities. Michelle Obama has never addressed this rumor directly, likely because it is so absurd that it doesn't deserve a response. However, The fact that such a baseless lie continues to spread highlights how racial and gender-based attacks are used to undermine powerful women, especially those who challenge traditional power structures. But it's not just Michelle's identity that's been attacked. Some conspiracy theorists have even claimed that her marriage to Barack Obama is fake. The Obama marriage, a love story or a political arrangement? Michelle and Barack Obama's love story is one of the most admired relationships in American politics. They met in 1989, when Michelle was working as a young attorney at the prestigious Sidley Austin law firm in Chicago. Barack, a Harvard law student, joined as a summer associate, and Michelle was assigned to be his mentor. What started as a professional relationship soon blossomed into a deep romantic bond, rooted in shared values, mutual respect, and intellectual chemistry. They married in 1992, long before they had any political aspirations. Despite their obvious love and devotion, conspiracy theorists have claimed that their marriage was staged, a calculated political move designed to create a perfect power couple image. Some critics argue that the Obama's marriage is purely for optics, even suggesting that Michelle was selected as Barack's wife to make him more appealing to black voters. However, these claims ignore the decades of personal and professional struggles they endured together, proving that their relationship was built on love, not political ambition. Michelle has spoken openly about the real challenges of their marriage. In her memoir, Becoming, she shared how Barack's demanding career often left her feeling like a single parent while raising their two daughters. She also revealed that they went through marriage counseling, reinforcing that even the most admired relationships require effort, sacrifice, and compromise. Their love story is not a political arrangement. It is a real marriage that has survived public scrutiny, political pressures, and personal struggles. Another key aspect of Michelle's life that has been twisted by conspiracy theorists is her journey to motherhood, a deeply personal topic that she bravely opened up about. Michelle's journey to motherhood, IVF, struggles, and speculations. In her memoir, Michelle Obama revealed for the first time that she suffered a miscarriage before giving birth to her daughters. The heartbreaking experience left her feeling devastated and alone, as infertility struggles were rarely discussed openly, especially in the Black community. Realizing that conception wouldn't happen naturally, she and Barack turned to in vitro fertilization, IVF, to conceive their daughters, Malia and Sasha. Rather than seeing this as a personal triumph, conspiracy theorists took Michelle's IVF revelation and twisted it into a wild narrative. Some claim that because Michelle used IVF, it must mean she was incapable of giving birth at all, leading to false speculation that her daughters are not biologically hers. Others argue that IVF was just a cover-up for a bigger secret, such as adoption or surrogacy, despite there being no credible evidence to support these claims. Michelle's decision to share her fertility struggles was meant to inspire and educate other women facing similar challenges. Yet, instead of focusing on the real emotional and physical hardships of infertility, conspiracy theorists have tried to turn it into a tool for discrediting her motherhood. But the truth remains, Michelle carried and gave birth to both of her daughters, and her story is one that many women can relate to. While Michelle's motherhood journey has been questioned unfairly, conspiracy theorists have taken it a step further, suggesting that Malia and Sasha weren't even born to the Obamas. The Obama daughters, were they really adopted? One of the most persistent conspiracy theories is the claim that Malia and Sasha Obama were secretly adopted. According to this theory, Barack and Michelle couldn't have biological children, so they adopted two girls from an unknown source, possibly from Morocco or South Africa. This absurd claim is based on one thing only: an alleged lack of pregnancy photos of Michelle. Conspiracy theorists argue that since there are no widely publicized photos of Michelle pregnant, it must mean that her daughters aren't really hers. But this ignores a very simple fact. Michelle and Barack Obama were not famous at the time of her pregnancies. Their private lives were not under public scrutiny in the 1990s, so there was no reason for the media to document Michelle's pregnancy. The most ridiculous aspect of this theory is that there is plenty of evidence that Michelle gave birth to both children. Hospital records, birth certificates, and family photos confirm that Malia and Sasha are the biological daughters of Michelle and Barack Obama. Yet, because some conspiracy theorists are determined to paint the Obamas as frauds, they continue to spread this baseless and offensive rumor. While Sasha and Malia Obama have largely stayed out of the political spotlight, one of Malia's recent decisions sparked another wave of conspiracy theories. Malia Obama's last name change, a new identity, or something more. In 2023, Malia Obama made headlines when she dropped her last name professionally, choosing to be credited as Malia Ann in her screenwriting projects. This was seen as a move to carve out her own identity away from her famous family. However, conspiracy theorists had a different explanation. Some claimed that Malia was trying to distance herself from the Obamas because she had discovered a family secret. Others went even further, suggesting that her name change was a signal that she was rejecting her parents, a ridiculous assumption given that she remains close with her family. The real reason Malia changed her name is simple. She wants to build her own career without being judged solely as Obama's daughter. Many celebrities' children, including Zoe Kravitz, Angelina Jolie's daughter Shiloh, and even Nicolas Cage's son, have made similar moves to establish independence. Malia's choice is about her career, not a hidden family scandal. But while Malia's name change was a personal choice, some conspiracy theorists have tried to push an even more extreme narrative, one that falsely questions Barack Obama's sexuality and his marriage to Michelle. The LGBTQ+ narrative claims about Barack's sexuality and their marriage. For years, conspiracy theorists have falsely claimed that Barack Obama is secretly gay. These rumors are based on cherry-picked quotes, altered photos, and out-of-context statements from old interviews. Some even argue that Michelle's strong presence is evidence that she is a beard, a term used to describe a woman who is used to hide a man's sexuality. These baseless claims are rooted in homophobic and transphobic stereotypes. They rely on the idea that a strong woman must be covering for a weak man, and that a powerful black couple must be hiding something instead of simply being in a loving marriage. These rumors are not only false, but deeply offensive. Despite decades of public appearances, interviews, and an open-book marriage, these conspiracy theories persist because some people refuse to accept successful black leaders without questioning their legitimacy. However, no evidence has ever surfaced to support any of these claims, because they are simply not true. From marriage conspiracies to even wilder claims, some theorists have taken things to an even more absurd level, suggesting that Malia and Sasha Obama were not born, but created. The cloning theory. Are Malia and Sasha Obama engineered children? Of all the outlandish conspiracy theories surrounding the Obamas, one of the most absurd is the claim that Malia and Sasha were created in a lab. Conspiracy theorists insist that the girls were not naturally conceived, but instead engineered through secret cloning experiments. This bizarre claim has been fueled by misunderstandings about IVF, coupled with the persistent false belief that Michelle never gave birth. Proponents of this theory claim that the Obama daughters bear no resemblance to their parents, which supposedly proves they are biologically unrelated. However, genetics doesn't always work that way. Children often look more like one parent or distant relatives. Additionally, numerous family photos, birth records, and personal testimonies confirm that Michelle carried and delivered both girls. The dangers of spreading scientific misinformation like this go beyond just the Obamas. It undermines real scientific research and fuels public distrust in medical advancements like IVF. While it's easy to dismiss cloning theories as nonsense, they highlight the extreme lengths conspiracy theorists will go to in order to discredit Michelle Obama's family. But while some believe in science fiction-style cloning theories, others claim that the Obamas simply borrowed their children from another family, a false narrative that continues to circulate. The real parents theory. Were the Obama daughters given to them? Another widely debunked conspiracy theory is the claim that Malia and Sasha are not actually Barack and Michelle's children, but were instead given to them by another couple. The most common version of this theory claims that Dr. Anita Blanchard and her husband, Dr. Eric Whitaker, are the girls' true parents. This theory has zero basis in reality. Dr. Blanchard is a close family friend of the Obamas and was also Michelle's personal physician. Her connection to the family is well documented, which conspiracy theorists twist into a fabricated baby swap story. The only evidence used to support this ridiculous claim is that Dr. Blanchard delivered both Obama daughters, which is literally her job as an obstetrician. Despite numerous family photos, official birth records, and first-hand testimonies, conspiracy theorists continue to push this false narrative. But at its core, this theory isn't just an attack on the Obamas. It's an insult to every black family in the public eye, suggesting they can't possibly have a happy, authentic family life without it being a hoax. While these ridiculous rumors continue to spread, there's another major question that remains on people's minds. Will Michelle Obama ever run for office? Michelle's political future. Does she have plans to run for office? Ever since Michelle Obama left the White House, speculation has been rampant about whether she will one day run for president. Polls consistently show that she is one of the most admired women in America, and political analysts argue that she could easily win a Democratic nomination if she wanted to. Despite this, Michelle has repeatedly stated that she has no interest in running for public office. In interviews, she has said that politics is exhausting and divisive, and she does not want to sacrifice her privacy and family life by stepping back into that world. She has also spoken about how Barack's presidency put a strain on their family, and she doesn't want to put Sasha and Malia through that again. Yet, conspiracy theorists insist that her denials are part of a secret plan, claiming that she is waiting for the right moment to announce a campaign. While Michelle remains politically active through advocacy and public speaking, there is no credible evidence to suggest she will ever run for president. Instead, she is focused on inspiring young women, promoting education, and helping communities thrive. But while Michelle herself has no political ambitions, the media's constant speculation and misinformation have only fueled more conspiracies about her family. The media's role, how these theories continue to thrive. The internet has given conspiracy theories a platform like never before, and Michelle Obama has been one of the biggest victims of online misinformation. Social media, alternative news sites, and clickbait YouTube channels have played a major role in spreading false claims about her gender, marriage, and children. A major reason these rumors persist is confirmation bias. People seek out information that reinforces what they already believe, rather than looking for objective truth. This is why false claims spread faster than fact-checking articles, and why some people refuse to accept evidence that contradicts their views. Efforts have been made to debunk these conspiracy theories, but once misinformation is ingrained in public perception, it is incredibly difficult to erase. Michelle Obama has chosen to rise above the noise, focusing instead on her work, family, and inspiring the next generation. But how have these relentless rumors and false attacks affected Michelle on a personal level? The emotional toll on her and her family has been immense. The emotional impact, how these rumors have affected the Obama family. While Michelle Obama has handled public scrutiny with grace, the relentless conspiracies and personal attacks have taken a toll on her and her family. She has spoken openly about how painful and exhausting it is to be constantly dissected and misrepresented by people who refuse to see her as human. Her daughters, Malia and Sasha, have also suffered from the intense spotlight, growing up in an era where social media allows millions of people to scrutinize their every move. Michelle and Barack have tried their best to shield them from negativity, but it's impossible to avoid constant online rumors and racist attacks. Even Barack Obama has expressed frustration at the way his wife is treated. In interviews, he has said that the attacks on Michelle are far worse than any criticism he faced as president. But despite everything, Michelle remains a role model of resilience, intelligence, and dignity. So, how does Michelle feel about these rumors today? In her own words, she has finally addressed them, and her response is a powerful statement of self-acceptance. The final revelation: what Michelle Obama has finally admitted. Michelle Obama has never wasted time entertaining ridiculous rumors. However, in her memoir, Becoming, and in multiple interviews, she has finally addressed the pain and frustration caused by conspiracy theories. She has called out the double standards and racism that fuel these attacks, explaining that Black women are often judged more harshly than their white counterparts. She has also emphasized that she knows who she is: a mother, a leader, and a strong woman who refuses to let misinformation define her story. Her message is clear: she will not let hate, lies, or conspiracies dictate her life. Instead, she encourages young women to embrace their power, stand strong against negativity, and refuse to be silenced. Despite decades of misinformation, Michelle Obama remains one of the most inspiring and respected women in the world. The truth will always outshine the lies. Would you like any refinements or additions? Let me know, and I'll adjust accordingly.